Well,
Got
for
off work.
anyone
Happy Friday.
who doesn't know, the handsome gentleman at the top of the screen is Mikaël.
Lou.
He works at CWS. He is the VP of what is it? Business
Something
relations.
else.
It's,
Yeah.
it's a
You
handful of
didn't
words.
even
Public
get
A
it.
mouthful of
relationship.
You,
words.
you didn't get it right. What
Look,
the
That was
hey, I'm
close. That was
trying here.
close.
I'm under
Well,
pressure.
first off, what does VP mean? First
hell?
off,
Vice
Stop it.
president.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Vice
For those in the
President of
back that
Business
didn't know.
Relations. Ooh.
So,
He's the guy everyone yells at on Facebook and
yeah.
I
everything
am.
else.
I am.
Yep.
This is him in the
So this
flesh.
this is basically an opportunity for this is a new series we're starting. It's an opportunity for everyone to kind of get to know the CWS employees, like behind like everyone on Facebook or in Discord complaining about every little thing that's going on when they're literally working their asses off. And so this is like, let's humanize and like understand them beyond just working at CWS, beyond just working on the game and things like that. So we really just want to start getting to know the people that are behind the scenes and making the game that we all play and love so
Reveille.
much come to life. So this is gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of fun. What's up, Mrs. Abba?
This could be awesome.
Yeah. So, Mikaël, do you want to take a moment and introduce yourself?
Yeah. So I'm Mikael. I've been working at Combat Waffle for over 3 years now. Um, joined pretty early on as a consultant, I would say, just helping out at first. So in the early days before Combat Waffle, at a working game, even it was just a proof of concept. I joined. Scott asked me to join and help him testing the game, figuring it out, saying if it was fun or not, giving feedback. So I did that, and then he asked me to join the team. And after a few times he asked, I finally joined the team before lunch, and then we launched the game.
So,
Heck yeah.
what part of the pitch of him wanting you to come on board and work for him really like got you to the point where you're like, I definitely want to make this my, career for now.
Yeah, it was very hard because I left my job where I was at, and it was very stable. Like I think I worked at the previous place for like 7 years. So I did not really have a reason to leave my previous job. And Scott just kept asking me, and then we made some calls with the team. Just all the team would come on the call with me, and I would just give my feedback, give advice and stuff, and they would listen, and they were like all shooting ideas, and I just felt like the energy was very really good. And then at some point Scott told me, we have to launch and we need someone to launch. So if you're not joining, I'll need to ask someone else. And I was like, ah, shit. Now that's like the window's closing. If I want to make the move, because I like the team, I like the project, and I love VR, so I just said yes and I joined. It was a very big leap of fate. But yeah,
Those are the good ones. They always turn out nice.
it
This is
did.
something
Yeah.
fun to work on. So, and before I've kind of talked to you before. So, like before this, I know you said you worked with like Demio, other things. So, is that what you were kind of working on before you came to Tabor? What was the company?
So it was not VR related. Like I was helping in VR, but it was not where I was working was actually designing and making all the hockey jerseys for the NHL and the Olympics and stuff like that. And I'm Canadian, so working in hockey was like super cool. So I was working on with Adidas, Nike, and all these companies just coming up with the design for the NHL and the Olympics for all countries and stuff like that. So it was nice.
That's awesome.
And on the side, I in 2015 I started playing VR and stuff like that, and I really enjoyed VR. And I started helping devs because I found out that they were all making games on their own and not talking to each other. So I just built communities to bring all the devs together, but also to reach to Oculus back then, who was not Meta yet, and linking Meta to the devs so they can like all work together to make the ecosystem and benefit the players. So through that, I started helping out games, and one of them was After the Fall, which I kept the little figurine they gave us for the lunch, and
Oh,
it's
that's awesome.
yeah. So yeah, a bunch of games I worked with, either just giving feedback or sometimes a bit deeper.
So
You
is
know.
basically your background mostly in the gaming industry, or were you doing other things before you decided? And then what made you want to get into gaming?
So I studied in college for I it was a long time ago now because I'm getting older, and I wanted to start an indie studio before indie studio were the trend. So my thing was just like seeing some tiny studios were starting to pop out, and it was in 2010, so that's a long time ago, and I saw like small studios start to come out, and I wanted to do that. So I went in college for 3D modeling, for level design, game design, and programming because I wanted to do my own studio. So I tried to hit all of these and graduate in all of these. And then when I actually went for my internship, I did not like the industry. It was like really shitty. And after my internship, I decided not to do that. And then I went in another branch. So I actually never wanted to work in gaming again because I was like, it's a very art industry where you put your art out. You do so much for the players, and then the players, I don't want to say the players, but like 1% of the players will just spit in your face for all the work that you just did
They're
instead
the
of just walking
loudest.
away. Yeah. Instead of
Yeah.
just walking away. And I was young and I was like in my early 20s and I was not ready to launch something, be so proud of it, and have 1,000 people shitting on it online and just screaming and trying to be loud about it, the tiny things they don't like. I was like, never again. Like, it's not worth my effort. And then Scott brought me back, and I kind of love it
It's
now. So yeah,
Well,
it's
nobody
like a full
complains,
circle.
which is great, right? Nobody
yeah,
Yeah.
complains.
No complaints about this
yeah,
game, at least.
yeah.
Um,
It's a
That's
very art
awesome.
industry. Yeah,
Yeah, no, for
yeah.
sure.
you'll work
Especially when
like
it's
hundreds
something
of hours, and yeah,
especially when it's something like this where it's not complete. It's an every day is something new. You got a new
yeah,
challenge to face because you just released something awesome and this part of the code
yeah.
broke and now all these people are dealing with this. Now we're
Live
here
services is a death
and
sentence. Like it's,
yeah.
I love working on Tabor, but at the same time, we put like crazy hours in. Sometimes, like last Christmas, we worked 19 days in a row, and some
Yeah, that
people
was
work even more
nuts.
than I. Yeah, and some people work more than I did, and I was burnt out from all that work, and then we released the update, and it was not what we wanted. It was not as stable as we wanted it to be, and it not even close. And then obviously the community was not happy about it, and we can understand that. But after working so hard, it's very hard to have that kind of reception and just be smashed by everyone that like they just, it seems like they're all trying to punch you virtually. Like it's,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
trying to take their
especially
frustrations
because
out.
you're doing something that reaches the end user like directly impacts them. So it's not
yeah,
like you're doing something over here and then there's all these different filters they go through to get to the end user and you're far removed, right? So like when you guys all pour your passion, heart, soul, hours into this and have people not understand what goes into the meat of making something like this and having them not say the kindest things has to be so frustrating because it's blood, sweat, and tears, and it is frustrating. But we do know, at least the three of us you've seen for years on we've been talking to you, Mikaël, for years on the Facebook Ghosts of Tabor official Facebook group. So we know what is going on. A
And
fraction,
Twitter.
right? A fraction. And we are just like, our minds are always blown. And that's why you always see us sticking up for you guys. And again, like that's kind of what we're hoping now we're gonna do is kind of knock down those barriers and those walls where you're just so much more than just what people want to complain about, because we're all here because we love the fucking game. Like, even if there's anything going on, we're all still here and we all keep playing. And so it's a beautiful thing. Like, you guys already know that my son got me into this game. He's been playing it forever, taught me how, and now I'm streaming it, which is absolutely wild. But like, you guys are changing lives in a lot of ways. And I hope you're taking that positive feedback as well, because I know they're not as loud as the people who complain, but like you see the stories, you read the stories of people who like is they've found a community, they have connected with people they would have never connected with. Like, my 13-year-old son thinks I'm cool because of this. Like, you're doing so much more good, and so we're really excited for people to really like try to embrace that and understand that.
Well, that's how we all met, was through
Yeah.
this video game. I didn't know any of you
That's
guys
crazy.
before that. I have a question for you, Mikaël. Because back in the day, I started playing this game. I bought it April 6th of 23, and I found you guys because I got hooked on VR. I was playing the original Contractors, and
Yeah.
everyone had all the Call of Duty maps, and I was like, VR.
Right.
I was like, it's the best thing I've ever played. And I'm like, what else is out there? So I went to that website, SideQuest, and that's where I found you guys. And if I'm not mistaken, I guess you should tell them how you had to, how people were able to get the game back then, because you couldn't just download it off Meta.
Yeah. That was very fun. So when we launched the game, it was when the store was still gated, which I personally think was a good thing. And then we had to basically reach out to the player and give them a link that they could follow to be able to download the game or buy the game and download the game. So it was a direct link that they needed. So we had to work like on SideQuest. We had to put the link there so people would see the page, be able to click the link and go download the game. Or a friend would have to send the link so they can click the link and buy the game and download the game from there. It was called App Lab back then. And it was not visible through the store. And there
That's
was
what it
a
was,
warning.
App Lab.
Yeah. And there was a warning at the very top saying this app is not approved by Meta, like it's on App Lab, basically telling you not to buy it. So we had to fight through that to get people to buy the game. So it was a lot of struggle back then. I'm surprised we even had the success that we had, because we were beating some games on the official store and we were manually giving the link to everyone, trying to get people to buy the game and trust us to click that thing that Meta basically tell you not to click. So it was something.
Well, I'm glad I clicked
Yeah.
that link. I've been hooked ever since. I
Yeah.
haven't been hooked on a game like this, I don't think, my entire life.
I do have a
Yeah,
real
and I
quick
feel like
question as well. Oh, whenever you're done, Tabrita, go ahead.
No, go for it. Hit it.
So the people want to know, how does it feel to know that American hockey beats Canada on the ice and also in the fights?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, now the goalie of USA did beat Canada, but every single player were bending over. So I don't know what game you've been watching, but yeah. But yeah,
That's right.
That question did not come from Scott.
it did not.
Yeah.
I heard the question. I was like that, but that was Scott. Yeah,
No, and I feel like this
Damn it.
that
game,
was a good game.
I feel like, even if you do get frustrated, you just keep playing, and then you all of a sudden get this spark, and you just like keep going. Whether it's, you kill one person and you get a little bit of
Yeah.
loot, or you kill three, get a ton of loot. It's just like this game reinvigorates you time after time.
And it was the first one. It was the first extraction shooter in VR. Like, not the first extraction shooter, but in VR it was the first one. There was one before Ghost that tried it. It was called Spark. Don't know if you guys ever heard of it.
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
It was a South Korean game. It was like a team deathmatch, but then they added an extraction game mode. But it was so
Okay.
like hidden in the game. You had to walk to a saloon, get in the saloon, go to a certain place, and then you could activate the extraction shooter mode. And
That's a lot of
I was
effort.
hooked on that little game mode in that little game. So when Scott told me I'm bringing extraction shooters to VR, I was like, a genius idea because I played that tiny little game that is a glimpse of what it could be, and it was fun. So yeah, you know, Ghost just plays with your emotions in a way that other games don't,
Yeah.
and that's I think is the recipe for the success of Ghost.
Yeah. So I know, shoot, maybe start a wipe. I'm looting. I've got a good kit on. It's the only one I got. And I'm like, should I leave with this kit? Nah, I just heard a couple shots. Let's go check it out. And then I end up
Yeah.
losing everything. And then it's like, well, let's start over.
Yep.
It's just there's nothing like it. It's
That high
amazing.
risk, high reward.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what do you
And
think
I
it
guess
is? Go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, I guess that's another thing too. You know, being a dev, it's high risk, high reward in the game, outside the game, working on it. It's just all or nothing. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Hmm. So what keeps you passionate about the game and how it's evolving and things like that to make it so that, I mean, you guys work so hard, and there has to be passion behind that, right? Because I've had
Oh yeah.
positions where if there's no passion and I am working that hard, I'm out. And then there's been jobs where I've been super passionate and I've stayed even though the work is really hard. Is there like something that really like hooks you to keep you motivated and passionate about regularly?
I'd say it's the community in some point because we do have internally a bunch of people that I love and really love to work with. So there's that kind of thing, you know, inside the studio that we have fun, even if we work long hours sometimes and things like that. We still have fun and have, want to be there for each other. But there's a community when you put something out and you do see the people that appreciate it, or like the people that are in the game and actually having fun. When you play the game and you see them and you interact with them, and it's just something different that you don't get from other jobs. Like previously, I was doing hockey jerseys, and then you would see like Team Canada or Team USA or something like that send you a little clip, you know, with their shirts and be proud of wearing their shirts that you made. And that
Mostly
was
Team
cool, but
USA.
mostly Team USA, yeah, they're very proud of their shirt. And then yeah, it's not the same thing as the immediate like feedback that you get from a game. You put the update out and like you have to slow down the chat because it's the feedbacks are coming like instantly, and that's a kind of I don't want to say a drug, but it's really something that I've never felt before from another job. You know, just get that immediate feedback and just want to find things that you can improve on and actually improve on them and see the result after that.
I can understand that completely because as we've talked before and as to Bridler and Founding, we've talked many a times as well as a lot of people in the chat. The community is truly golden. It is golden. Like what we have cultivated, and when I say we, I'm talking about like the community I have as a subset of the community as a whole that Ghosts of Tabor has. And I mean, we're making friends from across the pond, like everywhere. I like you already know I rented an Airbnb and we had to Bridler come down and we had Benjamin come down, we had Celtic come down, all meeting up. We help people find jobs. We help people like just get through some hard times collectively. I've People have helped me get through hard times, and we just come together, we band together, and that love of people that not a lot of us have met. They're internet people, right? Like it's the whole thing of like stay away from people on the internet. They're awful, but like holy shit, like there's so much fucking goodness in this as well. Like
Oh yeah.
we support one another and truly, truly care. I have met friends for life. I have met people that I trust with everything. And if it weren't for this game, I'm connecting with my son. If it, like, it wouldn't be there. It truly is. And I get that as a community. And you see the community as a whole. I just still see, my community. And so, yeah, it's amazing.
Well, some of us move across the country to live next to our new friends.
Yes, founding daddy moved right up from me, just for me.
Still hasn't even seen you.
Yeah. Some of us do it for the right
I've seen
reasons,
to
and then some
Bridler and
people
not
want to do it for the
you.
wrong reasons.
Well, yeah.
No,
I
that's
see
great.
her, and I
That's crazy.
live 1,500 miles away. The
You know,
yeah, because
that
like
kind of
even
story
we
really Go ahead.
we have like a little community. Like we have the TSAT, it started like, I mean, each one of us have trained people, like taking,
Shout out to Beowulf.
newer people, and we've taken them into raids to kind of show them what's going on, because I know this game can be overwhelming. A lot of these
Yeah.
people don't even know what it is. They're just like, okay, a VR shooter, let me try it. And they get frustrated and they complain and whine, and it's like, let us kind of show you. And then Beowulf ended up like, hey, I want to take some of you guys and let's make this little group. And the group's gone from, we had like 50 people in it. I think we just hit, what, 500 or something. It's been going for a year, and we've been helping. I mean, got new people streaming. I've got people that were scared to play the game solo that are now wiping lobbies. Like, it's cool to see that growth aspect. And then also, I mean, I've been playing this game for way too long. I remember my first time playing. It's kind of cool to relive that experience through someone else, because
Yeah.
there's nothing like dropping into a map the first time and explosions happening,
I was
like people coming
terrified.
at you. Like it's crazy.
I was hiding in the bottom of the stairs in Silo with nothing, no gun,
Oh,
nothing. I didn't know what was going
100%.
on. And then I died. And then
I
the
was
rest of
like,
the time was islands, hiding in Grandma's house for 30 minutes till someone ran by.
I was terrified in Silo. I was scared of the dark. I was scared of everything. I didn't know how to do anything, and I would literally hide the whole time too. And I think like for me, the most surprising part of people who've only seen me stream, because I've been playing this game for years, is the fact that I train people. Because all I do on stream is showcase my skill issues, but off stream, like I take the game very seriously, and it's just a lot of fun. Like Riddler said, like being able to like scale it back to the basics again, and like train people from like what you learned when you first landed in your first raid. It's really cool to kind of like go back to that nostalgia and feel that and walk someone else through it because you've been through it.
Yeah. All these little like communities branching out from the main community, I would say. It's so fun to see just like people grouping together and be like, I like feel good in that community. I want to train myself. I want to get better. Or sometimes it's like elite players want to play together. Milsim players want to play together. And it's so fun to see these branching out and just finding their place in the game that we created.
Yeah, that
One
is
thing,
awesome.
one thing that really kind of so we obviously love the game, and I met Dylan and Ray obviously through the Facebook community for us old folks. Um, love that community. It's toxic as it can be. I feel bad for you a lot of times, Mikaël. But and Dylan, we got to bring it back. I mean, your name, the Tabridler, when we started
The
doing the
Biddles.
Tabriddle. So that
Yeah.
leads me to a question: why in Silo? Because one of our last Tabriddles, the answer was the Joker in Silo. Why did we change the graphics? I noticed that recently.
That's a good
He's been
question.
so upset about this. He's been
it
so
was
Yeah.
upset
awesome though.
about
It
this.
was.
It was so
I really
awesome
don't
before.
know
It
It was
was
why
from an
we
actually
original
changed it.
comic from like 1960
yeah.
something.
Yeah, I don't know why it was changed. I really don't know.
Was
'Cause
it like
I do
trademark?
remember it changing. I don't know if it was, or maybe it was just because when we started Combat Waffle, it was like we had one level designer that was also an environment artist, so we couldn't make all the models. And then a few months before we released, we had an actual artist that was doing the guns. Um, but then most of the game were assets, basically, the models. So I assumed that the Joker picture was from these assets, and we're trying to move away from assets. So we're trying to redo
Gotcha.
all the things and optimize them, because most of the assets that you'll find online are made for like PC flat gaming that they don't really care about performance. It's just like throw a bunch of assets together and call it a game, and it runs on PC. That's cool. But when you're doing VR, you can't do that, especially on Quest 2 that we're still supporting. So we kind of we we try to expand the game from inside, like adding more stuff, and we started from like assets and stuff like that that may be a bit shaky if you try to improve the game make it super big on a Quest 2. So it's always a balance. So maybe it was performance, maybe it was asset, and we want to move away from it. But yeah, sometimes we have to make some sacrifice that we're not super happy with just for performance, or sometimes moving away from assets.
That damn Quest 2, man. That
I
damn
know.
Yeah.
Quest
Never
2.
came back.
Yeah. One day Zuckerberg will come on stage and say Quest 2 is dead. And then we'll be like, oh yeah.
Like advanced.
Yeah.
And then I guess along the line of assets and then creating your own thing, like so when the spear came out, what all is involved when you make a new gun? Like, do you have to reach out to like get some kind of rights for that? Is there any of that involved?
So most gun we use, I believe the license are pretty much you can use it for games. I do know that some of them we had to get license, um, but I'm not sure exactly which guns because I'm not involved in that part. But I do know that behind the scene, when we do a new gun, there's a bit of research around it, and we try to see what kind of caliber is missing a gun, what would make sense, maybe a gun that slaps a bit harder or something, just to fill a void. And and then we also try to look at what the community's been asking for. Uh, Sadly, we don't have a bayonet yet, even if it's been asked a lot by some people on Facebook. And we're always trying to make people happy, but also make the game feel balanced. And then we have to find reference for that. Our modeler is a big gun nerd, so when he get the weapon, he's modeling all of it. Even the internal parts are modeled on most of the gun that he's doing. We can't use it on all of the guns because it adds like geometry and stuff like that. So sometimes it in the game, but he's going very deep in the guns, making them look super good. And it's all custom made, so we don't buy them. He's making them, and then once he's done with that, he's doing all the little animations. Also, when you pull the lever on the side or something, the chain putting bullet in the chamber, he needs to do all these animations and then push it to the game on the engine in the engine, and then the devs will go on it, set up all the logic for it, all the grabbing point, all the little slider, and then they set all the values. And QA need to test them in all weird ways that you can think of, like putting them on a backpack and then also reloading it, try to reload it wrong, put the wrong caliber in, put the wrong mag in, try all mags in the game, make sure they don't fit in the gun. And so it's a lot of work to just add a gun. It's not just I like that gun, put it in the game, it's in the game. It
Yeah.
looks easy
Yeah.
from the outside, but it's hours and hours of multiple people to get in the game.
Sounds, everything else that goes along with it. And then
Oh yeah.
do you shoot guns? You like shooting guns?
I did shoot guns in the past. I haven't lately. Um, but I do love guns. I just don't have any at home right now. I have a 1911, but it's
Okay.
I don't have it. Like I don't have my license and everything, so I don't own the gun. It's not real. So, but if I had a gun, it would be a 1911, and it would be in my bedroom.
Hell yeah.
You had a gun.
If I had a gun,
Are you up in
That'd be a good
Canada or
gun.
are you in the States?
I'm in Canada. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're not allowed to
Yeah.
have that. Good thing you
Yeah,
don't.
we can have guns. We just need to have a license, basically, and then we can own the guns. We can't have fully automatic
Like-
rifles at home, but we can have an M4. It just needs to be the one that is not fully automatic, like the
It's gotta be
civilian
semi.
version. Yeah.
Someone wanted to know about your caliber research. Like, how do you know how to scale the calibers for damage with certain guns, range, all of that? How do you guys do that research?
Yeah, so the guns are basically we take the real life stats of the gun, so it's the velocity and all of that, and then we just have a system, basically a ballistic system that we enter all the guns value in there, and it will calculate the drop. It will calculate the like the curve of the bullet when you shoot. So if your scopes are zeroed at like 100 meter, and then it will calculate basically the trajectory of the bullet, the velocity, and based on the caliber and the type of bullet that you're using, that will also influence the impact and the damage based on the strength of the impact. And if you hit a target that is further, it'll do less damage because it's losing velocity over time. So yeah.
Carney said lots of Googling.
Yeah. Yep.
Google is the
I have
best
I have
friend.
a question about some of your. We noticed doing the Tabrittles, like we started off just doing anything with obviously Ghosts of Tabor, but we started to get more in depth with the wiki, and we started noticing things like the what's the armor? The tan rig has it's the brand Guard Dog, which is an actual real brand of armor. And then like the ammo maker, I forget the name of the ammo maker, but you guys are using real
Dylan
companies in your
Precision.
games. Yeah, Dylan Precision, spelt the wrong
It's
way.
an actual company.
Is it?
Yeah,
So
it
are you
is.
reaching out? You obviously got to reach out to these companies and build a relationship with them.
Yeah. So when we did launch the game, before launching it, we did reach out to partners. To some of them were just to include them in the game because we thought they were cool. Some of them were trying to chat with them to see if they were interested in just being featured in the game, or if like they could help us ship the game or something like that. So we really started making a game with like full-time employees and stuff like that. So it required like salaries, and so so yeah, some of the brands I know were partners early on. I can't say which one because I was not involved deeply in these relation back then. I know the armors and the ammo were in the game basically almost. Well, they were at launch, so it was deals made before I joined. But for Terran Tactical, it's a deal that we made with the John Wick brand, so, to get their guns in, and then deals like Splinter Cell is also things that you contact Ubisoft, and then you have a lot of meeting, a lot of conversation, and then you have to tell them why it would be good for them to be in your game, and give them a bunch of stat and basically sell them on the idea, and then sign a contract and get them in. So it's a lot of back and forth. It's months of work to get something in your game. Yeah.
How much work was the T-Pain event? You know, because you only have the T-Pain statue for a short period of time.
That one was very easy because it was one shot. So one shot basically told us we're doing this with T-Pain. Can you please?
The voice.
Yeah. So can you please do it in Ghost? You know, we would like it, and we just said yes because we're good friends with them, and we modeled the T-Pain statue. I thought it would be cool to just have him on the
That
island.
show is awesome. I
Yeah.
still call that T-Pain. If anyone's
bunch
up there,
of
it's
people
like
call it
T-Pain Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It was fun. I wish we could have just keep him there. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Or like even like a little memento in the game to remember T-Pain by. Like have a little
Yeah.
figurine or something. That would be
We'll
awesome.
never forget.
See, that'd be
We'll
cool.
never
Like
forget.
limited release, have like a T-Pain figurine in the box.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah, if he
when?
plays the game, we'll have him.
Yeah.
He's playing VR T-Pain, so that's a cool thing.
Have you guys ever reached out to Peanut yet? You think that's
He did not.
I know he has a
Here we
VR. I know he has a VR headset.
Is he playing VR?
I know he has a headset. I've never seen him play. He hasn't streamed it, but I know I've watched him and he mentioned having a VR headset before.
Yeah, most flat screen streamers are terrible VR streamers. I've seen a few VR flat screen people try VR early on, like around 2016, 2017, and they barely knew how to play games, and they got sick playing games, and
Yeah.
like their stream was not fun at all because they were always peeking, reading the chat on the window instead of just putting it in the headset. So it was a terrible experience. So I feel like having Peanut playing the game would make him look bad and make the game look bad. So I think he's a good streamer for flat screen, so he can stay there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
has
just
his
That's
own
true.
thing going on. Founding
Yeah.
Daddy is obsessed with Peanut. I
He's
have had
entertaining.
conversations, like 4-hour phone calls with Founding Daddy, and he probably brings up burnt peanut 17,000 times in our conversation. He'll be like, well, there's
Loves
this
some burnt
quote.
peanut.
He's what America needed.
It's,
And you know what
but
Peanut
it's just
said
a
the other
whole
night?
different like league, whatever he's in a whole different like league of his own. I don't even know. It's insane. I mean, good for him, but I could never. I'm the opposite. Like I am VR,
That's
and then
true,
I
Rabbit. That's
try
true.
to do flat screen. And like I was stuck in the tutorial for arc raiders for so long. I had to have two people. Well, Carney was on the call too, but he didn't help at all. And I had to have one of my friends, F18 Power, come in and like get me through the tutorial. I was like, I can't. But Arena Breakout, not that bad. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I played Tarkov just to know what an extraction shooter is supposed to be, and I was not a fan of Tarkov. I think it's a decent game that is mostly a management game more than a shooter. Like you're always
Mhm.
trying to sort things and put them in little boxes and make it look cute in your little square that's represent a backpack but is a square. And I really hate flat gaming. So that concept alone, I was like, I don't want to do puzzles. I want to play a shooter. Like, give me a gun, make me shoot people.
Yeah,
And then your bunker is just an overview, and I didn't
that's
like
the
it. But yeah, go
that's
ahead.
the beautiful thing about VR, man. Having the bunker,
Oh
you
yeah,
actually get to put the guns on the wall. You get to open
it's yours.
boxes. You
Like
get to put
it's your
things
gun,
in.
your
You set
bunker.
it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, set up how you want. Feels
yeah.
personal. Like
It doesn't
it's
feel like
amazing.
dragging an image in like PowerPoint or something. Like I
Yeah,
don't.
you
Yeah,
gotta you got
I
a
can't do
stash
flat
and you just
shooting.
hit sort and it sorts it. It's like, no, you
Yeah,
you actually did this. And that's why I
yeah.
love seeing different people's bunkers because like some people
It's
they
all
just don't
different.
care. They just throw stuff wherever. Then other people
Yeah.
have it so nice and neat. Like it's
That's why I
crazy
like
just seeing.
the open shells. I really hate I hate when everything's closed and you can't see it because that's the that's your bunker. Like seeing someone super organized, like things piled up. You know the NRS pile, and then you have the
Yeah,
bandages pile. Like that was so cool. Just putting that behind doors just feels soulless to me. It's not as bad as flat screen, but it's like a bit in between what we had and flat screen. So
yeah,
going back toward um, the previous bunker will be a huge change in my opinion.
Yeah, and
I
that
think
that is crazy because that just goes to show like how much you all do listen to the community because you know a lot of people complained about it being too big and like all those things,
Yeah,
and then you listen to them and you put that poll out which was obviously overwhelmingly like bring it back with some changes. And I think people tend to forget that you guys really do take all of these all this feedback into consideration. You can't do it all. No one can do it all, and
yeah,
no company can do it all, big or small. And the fact that you take these like big things, these nuggets, and you actually put it in consideration shows a lot about you guys as a company and how much you care about the community. And I hate when people forget that because it is so obvious. So many things that you guys have done, you've implemented because of the community feedback. And
yeah.
so yeah, I just think that it's upsetting sometimes when people forget that because it's very obvious that you guys do that. And I think that's another reason why the people who do care and the people who do matter and pay attention really love that and recognize that about you all. And it's yeah, it's something that we're not used to experiencing, and it's a really cool thing that you guys do, and it's not easy. It's I know it's not
No,
easy.
no, we're trying to be transparent. Like one thing, and that's all Scott early on when I joined. It was like I asked him what kind of community do you want? Like, what's the relationship between the studio and the community that you want to see? Because from all the games, uh, it was a very broken relationship. Like you have the devs here, you have one person here that sometimes talk to them, that manage them, you know, and then you have the community, and there's that person in the middle that is not a dev and it's not the community. It's just the community manager, and he's the only one that will talk to the community and like with super corporate message, and will never answer back like directly with an official statement in the general chat or something like that. And and Scott told me that he didn't want any of that bullshit. He wanted to be transparent. He want to be boots on the ground. Everyone is welcome to interact with the community. We can jump in there, talk with people. We need to basically feel like we're part of the community because we play the game, we love the game, and we're not like superheroes. We're just people with a job, and our job is making games, and we make games, but we love playing games. And like we made Ghosts of Tabor, which was a successful game, but could have been a terrible game, and we would have been the same people, just enjoying working on a game and having fun and trying to make a game for people to play it.
Why do you think that Ghost of Tabor stands out so much more above the other extraction shooter games? You know, I mean, obviously people know that they're out there, they've played them, and some of them love them, some of them don't. It is what it is. But like, the data doesn't lie, and we've talked about that before, Mikaël. The data doesn't lie. Why do you think that CWS and Ghost of Tabor just outperforms all of the other extraction shooter games on VR right now?
Yeah, I don't want to talk negatively about other
No, you
games,
don't have
so
to.
I'll
Just the
just talk about
positives
what we
about
do
you.
good.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think what we do is we try to stay close to the community, be transparent with them, um, engage with them, and even if sometimes um, some of the answers may feel rude because we're trying to just be humans talking to humans and not
Yeah.
have that corporate layer. It gives you real human to human interactions, and we believe that this made people feel like they're humans and they can talk to us like they talk to anyone and give us actual feedback. And then we don't just collect feedback in a survey and then push it aside and take notes from it and try to implement one to one. We try to understand the issue behind what they brought as an issue, because sometimes you may say the time to kill is not good, make the armor uh, better. But then if you make the armor better, someone with the better armor might never die and just carry that same armor for raids and raids and raids. So if you don't add something like armor damage, well, then you can't add better armors, because if you make the armors too good and they never lower their like armor protection grade, then you're stuck with the same armor for like several raids, and that good person will just get better and better and more money, more loot, to kill more people. So we're always trying to think behind what people suggest and try to find the real problem behind what they're bringing up, basically. And I think many studios just read things and then they're like, oh, that's the thing, implement it. That's the thing, implement it. So they are too emotional. They rush things, and we try to think about it and implement the right solution for the problem.
It's almost like they have the vision, they write the vision, they have the roadmap, and they're like not really willing to deter. Whereas you guys have a vision, I assume, you have a roadmap, I assume, but you guys are willing to take those risks and kind of deter like what you would typically do or what was definitely in the roadmap in order to satisfy the customer base to an extent. And so I think that's pretty obvious too.
Yeah,
Have to
and we
make
have a
compromises.
solid media team too. I have to give a shout out to Viewy, to Artie, to Z Storm and Property. Like they've been doing crazy good shorts, crazy good long form, crazy good trailers, and when they go on live, the energy that they bring is pretty unmatched from any other game that I've seen in VR.
It's
No,
always
that
fun
is
watching
awesome.
them play.
Yeah.
I love when they're playing and they'll just like be like, "Man, who the fuck made this game? They suck."
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Mikkel, I think I know what the answer is, but what is the biggest change that you guys have made that has caused the biggest uproar in the community?
Um, the bunker. Um,
You think that's it? Okay. I was thinking it was
yeah,
something else.
you were thinking about Old Island.
Oh, it was perfect.
Oh
I love
Yeah.
gosh,
it.
here
I
we
said I like
go.
the new one.
No,
I like the new one, but it was perfect. But you
no,
know,
all data point at the bunker. Like I think the bunker. There's a bunch of people that did riot for the bunker, but the numbers really showed that they did not like it. Like retention went a bit lower. People are not playing as many raid because the time to get your gear and go sell your gear and stuff like that is too long. So
Mhm.
I would say on paper it's the bunker. On socials it might be Old Island.
Gotcha. And
Yeah.
Humpador made a good point too. This has been upsetting me is the mannequins don't hold our golden spoons anymore.
Oh, need to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Golden
so
Spring,
social
there's
media, it's island, and
yeah,
then but numbers wise, bunker. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so switching gears just a little bit. And this and chat, know that this is not gonna happen. Don't take this for for word or verbatim. If you could design any map, just any kind of map, what would that look like?
The map we're working on, I'd say, but if uh, if it wasn't the map that we're working on, it would be definitely a city map with apartment buildings. I would
Ooh.
love to go in apartment complex, just like these big Daisy map where you get like 10 stories to just go around and loot.
Yes.
And that would be insane. Even if it's a small city, just make it like 16 hours or something like that, and a general store. Just I would love that. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd
just
be
having
awesome.
someone camping like the top level, shooting from the window. So you have to
That's
run in the street, hide behind cars. That would be insane.
that's what I'm hoping Maka turns into eventually one
It
day.
would be insane. Yeah,
Go into some apartments, go into the
Oh
yeah.
my god.
buildings.
Yeah.
Please.
That would
The
be
expansion of that
amazing.
map would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so much
Right
potential.
now we're limited on power. So if Mr. Zuckerberg can say bye bye Quest 2, maybe. I don't know.
I'll have to send him an email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a very stern email.
Very stern
Yeah.
about the
I
Quest
know
2.
some people. So that's a big, because you needed to work on Quest 2, obviously. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
all you
just
Quest 2
eliminate the Quest
users,
2.
time to upgrade.
Yeah,
Yep.
please upgrade.
Yep.
We found the pain point.
Yep.
I mean, I've given 4 or 5 Quest 3 headsets away during my giveaways. Like, come on,
It's-
people. I can only do so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks for contributing.
Well, of course. Like, I'm just doing my part, right?
Yeah,
I'll be right back.
we'll get them.
I'm thinking what trying to think how to word it. I guess as like statistic wise, hmm, I guess the amount of people doing raids. Have you noticed mm, have you noticed a particular increase in like certain maps when there's different portions of wipe? Because I know like with the quest lines and everything, I don't know how much attention y'all pay to the quest lines, or I mean, I'm sure a lot of input and time was resources were dedicated to making them, wording them, figuring
Yeah.
out what to give for them. Do you notice like at the beginning of White, more people are running, Motka trying to knock out Spectre missions and then like moving into Underground to try to knock out Minty later on? Like,
Yeah, it does shift quite a bit. Um, Ireland is still the most played map, playtime and player count.
That's because it takes 15 hours to get through. Sorry.
It could be. It could be. And
Just kidding.
Silo is the most raid per day because you go in, you die, you go in, you die, you go in, you die. So it's just like rinse and repeat. And so yeah, those are the two most played map. But then when it comes to mission, we do see early in the raid, underground goes up a bit, and then once people are done with their missions, no one goes in underground anymore. So we do see that little bump on underground. Other maps, I would say, it seems like people that enjoy long range will play island, and when they want a bit close combat, they go to Modka because it's not too close combat. You can still, bring your guns that you like and have, long range fight in corridors, alley, in their streets. Um, and then you have the silo people that I think play silo all day. I don't know if they
yeah.
play any other map, but it's
Yep.
just silo lovers live on silo, and then you have other people playing on other maps.
We know a few people like that. Our
Oh, yeah.
trio
Yeah.
though, so we've been playing for a very long time, almost a year together as a trio every Friday night. And our map is just Maka. Like we can dominate Maka. You put us on another map and there's like it can go either way
It go
depending.
either
Yeah.
But
way.
like yeah, so I see like there's people who definitely have those favorite maps.
Yeah.
I do have a question. So there's a lot of times, especially now when we stream with other people, who call things like, example, in Maka, different names. Like we've got U Street, Pink Alley, Death
Yeah.
Valley, like all of these different things. Do you guys have like an actual naming system, or is it just kind of like whatever
We go
it
with the
is?
flow. I would say when we're doing QA on these map, we play them a lot, especially QA, play them a lot, and they come up with names that will stick with during the playtest because we play with QA after they played for like few hundreds hours, and then when we get with them, they already have the call out that they made as they played, and we just roll with their call out most of the time. We do have um, some call out that the community will come up with, and then as we play, we'll just slowly shift to what the community's been calling them. Trying to think of one, but I like there's a weather station that is now weather station was radio before. I still call it
Yeah.
radio every
Yep.
single
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That frustrates
So
me.
yeah. So
I switched though.
Radio, weather, radar.
I call it
There's
whatever you
yeah,
guys
radar.
call it. Whatever the mission's called, I call it Sector 6, instead of Skull now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question about, is it true that, and I know you guys didn't and probably couldn't, probably because of you Quest 2 users, but was Underground in Maka supposed to be one giant map?
Yeah.
And then do you still plan for it once everyone upgrades to Quest 3? Is that what's holding it back, is Quest 2?
Even on PC, it was not enough. The original plan. So Matka is half the size of what we wanted. We added two sides of the river and then three bridge connecting these. One of the bridge was broken down in the water, and you couldn't traverse it. And instead, you would take the subway and walk all the way to the other side of the island. So that was the plan. We had like a few subway exit that you could get in and then come out from the other side. That was the original map. It was huge. It was very big. We could not get that to run on standalone, and even PCVR was not doing it for most. So yeah.
So what you're saying is right now there's another Modka that's playable.
It's not playable because we didn't finish it, but it existed. The blackout was there, and actually the other side was done first. So we were playing on the other side during the early QA, and then we built the other side, and that side was more fun than the other. So we kept the new side.
So is the mall technically on the other side of Motka?
No, the
Or is
mall
it
was
somewhere else?
not even. Yeah, it was not even an idea. I think there was a museum, a cathedral on that side, and then the other side there was another big building. I don't remember what it was, but it was a huge building with like 3 stairs, and there was a big center place. I wish we could release at least images of that because it was very nice, but yeah, it's
Do
gone.
you ever plan to introduce swimming?
No, we don't plan on introducing swimming. That would be really cool, but you would sink with gear
all
on.
that gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah. So
Yeah, that would
unless
be
you do naked
wild.
run, then yeah.
I'd be strong
see a
enough in
bunch
real life.
see a bunch of naked people swimming across the river.
Yeah.
I
So
have
one
a
day-
question. Go ahead, Riddler. I mean, go ahead.
I was,
Founding. Finish.
I was gonna say one day it's one day there's a possibility of a much larger Maka when the power's there. You're saying?
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Ray.
Oh, no. I was going to ask something a little bit off topic, but has been super, super important to me that's come up many a times over the last week. In Silo, where there's the office and the kitchen, do you call that office or do you call that kitchen? Is it an office or is it a kitchen? Because a lot of people call it kitchen only. And I'm like, it's an office with a kitchen. It's not a kitchen with a fucking office because
It's a break room.
what scenario do people
Yeah.
build the kitchen with? They're like, you know what goes with the kitchen? An office. I just need to know.
Yeah.
For all
I
of
don't
the
get
people in
that
my
either.
chat that we argue about this.
We call this kitchen. Yeah.
You call it kitchen?
Sorry.
There's
Yeah.
A kitchen
There's
with
not
an
even a
office
call it
attached.
stove, is there?
Yeah,
It's a break
office
room
doesn't
for me.
exist for us. It's kitchen and then the thing in front of kitchen and then yeah.
The thing in front of kitchen.
There's a thing in front of
Kitchen.
That's a
kitchen.
good call out.
Okay,
The thing in front of
okay.
The
kitchen.
hall to
Yeah.
kitchen.
It's the obstruction you got to get through to get to kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have plans, speaking
Damn
of
it.
Silo, to expand Silo? Like extra levels?
Yeah, we did Plan at one point, then we decided not to touch it because it's some people's favorite map and it's some people's only map that they play. So we don't want to do something that might break it.
Gotcha,
Because
yeah,
the
yeah.
plans that we were thinking about, and I don't want to say it in case it ever happens, but the plans that we were thinking about would make Silo much bigger and would completely change the flow of the map. So yeah, I think it would kill Silo if we do these
So the
changes.
current goal is probably
Yeah.
to focus just on new maps.
Yeah, so we have that new map that we're working on, and I'm pretty sure that when we are ready, we will start teasing stuff about it, and then yeah, revisiting maps might be a thing. We'll see.
When you start
yeah.
to create a new map, how does the topic come up of like deciding like what that new map will look like or consist of or things like that? Like how does that come about?
Yeah, we pitch a lot of ideas every week about a bunch of things we want in the game or we saw a community asking, and we try to see what's missing in the game, but also sometimes something that is there, but we have a different vision and we have conflicting vision, so we want to see the two map in the game and see the players what they prefer, and then maybe merge that into one map, maybe remove a map if it doesn't make sense anymore and no one's playing it or something. So we always try to see what's missing in the game and what could be more fun, what people are saying on socials, what other games are doing. You said Arena Breakout earlier. That's a game that a bunch of people have been playing in the studio, and we do like. I played it on mobile way back. It was like my little game in the bed, and I think it was one of the most well-designed shooters, extraction shooters. Everything in the game makes sense. So yeah, we take inspiration from different games and then see what's missing in the game.
Yeah, I think that's something that people also don't realize is that everything, like even in my job during the day, we take inspiration from other companies that are doing
Yeah.
what we're doing because that is just the competitive landscape. That is just understanding like what's working, what's not working. And I can imagine that it gets a little frustrating when people are like, oh, well, you know, XYZ did this, XYZ did that, that's why you're doing it. But people don't really understand like every company ever takes inspiration of like companies in order to build,
Yeah.
grow, and do better.
Yeah, it costs a lot to do all the research, the trial and error.
Mhm.
Like when you're trying a new map, if it fails, you just lost months, like 6, 8, or 12 months working on that map just to put it out, and people will say, I hate it, delete it. And it costs a lot of money. So if someone else did that, took that
Underground.
risk before, and you see them doing it and everyone's loving it and they're like, oh, you should do that, then why not just doing that? Since they took the risk, they put the hundreds of thousands of dollars to try it, and you can save that money by making a safe bet. So it just makes
Mhm.
sense sometimes to say, I will use their R&D basically to put that in mind.
And they're doing the same with Ghosts of Tabor too. It's not a
Yeah,
one-way street, you know. It's a
it goes
two-way
both
street,
way. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
and it's a fair fight. That's how it works in any industry. If you're in your own silo and you're not looking at what's happening outside, you'll
Yep.
die. Like you
Yeah.
won't survive.
I mean, there's a reason why we do competitive analysis. So,
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
another thing some extraction shooters do. You know, you have your map, and then say you have 5 maps, and they rotate like a bonus on one map to kind of bring
Yeah.
attention to it. Is that something y'all can see doing in the future? I don't know how possible that is, but is
Yeah.
that an idea?
I don't think I can answer that question, but uh, it is something that would be very nice. Yeah, I'll leave it that way. Yeah.
If we could switch
Do y'all
gears,
plan?
just go ahead.
Real quick,
Founding.
one question before we switch gears. Do y'all plan? So obviously, airdrops is a when an airdrop happens, it's a high risk situation, high risk, high
Yeah.
reward. Have y'all thought of any other things other than airdrops that you're going to be introducing in the future?
Yeah, we do have some ideas. Basically, we are watching streamers play a lot, and we see how they react to the game, but also how people react to seeing them in the game and things like that. So we try to see the reaction, what creates emotion, not only for the person playing, but also for the viewers. And we did take some notes, and we did um, put some features on the roadmap to solve some of these things, add more emotions, add new things that add that kind of emotions that you see an airdrop and you know there will be a fight, there will be damage, it will be violent, it will be fun. You might lose your kit or you might win a big kit. So we're trying to think about
Yeah.
another
Okay,
thing like
cool.
that.
Yeah, because those are the moments that for me, one some of the big moments that make the game amazing is those. What
Yeah.
about different ways of extractions? Have you guys? I'm sure you guys have discussed it. I know like Arc Raiders, you have to click a button and it lets everyone
Yeah.
around you know. Have you guys thought about changing extractions in the future?
We did have a moment of Arc Raider where everyone was playing Arc Raider in the studio, and then they a few shift to Marathon, and then everyone went back
Okay.
to ABI and Tarkov. And I think during that process, they went through a bunch of different ways to extract, and it did bring ideas. So far, we haven't settled on anything that would change the way we extract, though. But we did, I did see a bunch of ideas just flow in the our work Discord.
I
So
could see that
I know
causing a
it's
lot of drama in the community
yeah
if it was much more difficult to get out, like Arc Raiders.
yeah yeah.
So
But
I
That'd be
couldn't
it's
even get
awesome.
out
somewhere
of
in
the
the back of
tutorial.
our mind that we do
You
we
get
think
cursed
about it.
out a lot, Mikael.
Yeah.
Ray, you wanted to switch gears?
Oh yeah, I'm curious, just like getting away from the game a little bit and your workload and what you do during the day. Like it is a perfect day after work, a weekend or whatever. What are the type of hobbies and things that you do that you're passionate outside of the work of CWS?
Yeah, I'm Canadian, so I have to play hockey. It's my Canadian duty, so I have to do that. So I do have two teams that I play with. So I play hockey twice
Okay.
a week, sometimes three times. Um, and then I like my dogs. Like I'm a very simple guy, so I just go out with my dog, my girlfriend, and my son, and we just are outside enjoying the sun when there's sun or the snow during winter. Um, so yeah, it's mainly that, and I love working on games. So even when I'm not working on games at work, I'm working on my own game. It's just something I love doing. So I started working on my own game just for fun because I can make all decisions, crazy stuff that
Yeah.
I think or know won't work, but I just want to do it, so I'll do it anyway, and it
Are you
will have
able to
hit
tell us a little
success. So
bit more about the game that you're working on and what are your goals for that game?
yeah, so my son played a few wizard game because he's really into like magic and stuff like that. He just love strangely on flat screen he likes shooters. In VR he doesn't like shooters. He's enjoying magic because he's like it's just so fun to feel like powerful and cast spells and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all the games he's been playing, he's always like complaining about how to cast the spells. And then I was like, well, how do you want to cast the spells? And he was like, I want to draw the shapes, and it would like put the spell at the tip of my one, and then I can shoot it and control it, and really feel like a powerful wizard. And so I just started working on a concept of that for him, and he's enjoying it. So I'm just pushing that all the way and doing like a little co-op game because he's not into single player games, so it needs to be co-op just to make my life harder. And so I'm making a multiplayer game, and it will be. I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter, but I know that making a Monster Hunter game in VR would take me forever as a single like solo dev. So it will be a very stripped down version of something like that. It will be just a wizard game that you can pick a contract, travel to that map with loading. I don't want to make it look like it's real traveling, but yeah, you'll travel to the map, execute your mission, like kill 5 of that type of enemy, and then it'll bring you back with a reward, and you'll buy a new outfit and stuff like that. That's what I'm working on right now.
So
That sounds awesome.
how long does something like that take for like are you doing
Too
this
long.
alone or do you have like a some friends or a team?
I'm doing that alone. Um, it's really a challenge that I'm setting to myself, and I'm giving myself 1 year to do it, which is not enough, but I will do it anyway. So it's just cutting on my sleep and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes, but so far it's going well. I've been working on it for 2 months now. Yeah, 2 months, but when there's a wipe in Ghost, I can't work on it because I'm focused on the wipe and I just want to get the wipe out. So even if I'm trying to work on my game, my head's just not there. So yeah, I've been working on it for 2 months, but take like 3 weeks out of that because it was working on the wipe. And I got the multiplayer working, the wizard spell casting working. I got the spells in, and even a mini game because we were testing the game just shooting at blocks at first because I didn't have enemies, and I had one sphere and one block, and when we shot the sphere, it just started rolling, and then we were just like shooting the sphere to try to control it, and then my son, it was like his favorite part of the game, so we would spend 30 minutes just shooting the sphere and trying to play like soccer with it. So
It's
I made
awesome.
a little soccer game in that level so we can like just play and track points because he was always saying that he scored and he did not. So I wanted to beat him. So now it's an actual game, and now I know when he actually scored or not. So yeah,
No lying. That's
That's
amazing. You have
awesome.
like a built-in test subject, right? To like
yeah.
Yeah.
QA and tell you what they want, what they don't want, what they like, what they don't
Oh
like.
yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
you know what he doesn't like. So when I'm doing something that he doesn't like, he say, "Oh, that's very bad," and he just take his headset off and go away. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go back to
Yeah.
the drawing board.
He's like, "Dad, do
That's
better. Do
awesome
better, be
too.
better."
Yeah.
Cuz
That's
kids are
awesome. Get to
brutal. They're
spend a lot
so
of time
brutal.
with them too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's
Get
fun
the
because
quality time.
yeah, and he started learning programming. I tried to
Oh,
teach
that's
him.
awesome.
He, I mean, it sounded awesome until the next sentence, but he dropped. So he didn't like it at all. He was like, "That's like maths. Why'd you like that?" And I was like, "Well, maths fun." And he's like, "No, that's boring." And then he don't want to do that anymore. So I'm like doing it the game for him that he would do if he could do a game. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Basically tells you
something that he'll
what.
never forget ever, you
Nope.
Yeah.
know?
That's amazing. Oh yeah.
Well, Mikaël, I see you on X or Twitter, I guess. I see you interacting with a lot of the people in the VR community, people that
Yeah.
play games and test games and even kind of make their own games. So VR is, I don't know how you guys feel. I feel like it should be way further than it is in terms of how many people play it because it's just
Yeah.
incredible. Um, and it just hasn't hit that tipping point yet. So I've been trying to think of what kind of games, other than awesome games like Tabor, would get people to play VR. Like whether it be Pokemon Stadium or Pokemon Snap, like those kind of games in VR. What kind of games do you think would get a lot more people playing VR?
Yeah, I think as much as I love VR as a 37 years old guy, I think
Hey,
the
I'm
future
37.
is yeah, but I feel like the kids are the future, like teenagers, these are the ones that will bring VR to places because when you're looking at that, like I started playing games when I was, I don't know, like 6, 5 maybe. And I was really into gaming between 12 and 16, and then after that it kind of phased out a bit until I found VR. And all my friends, if I'm looking at it, some of them stayed until early 20s, but then it started like going down a bit before going up, having families, things like that. So I think shooting for the people that usually have money for consoles, which is like in the 30s, they usually stop playing games or they're really into one game. they're like hardcore gamers into one game. So I feel like making games shooting for the 12 to 16 is the range that we can get more people into VR. And then if it's normal for kids to play VR, it normalizes VR headsets in a family, in a house, and then the parents will start adopting the consoles. But if it's just a weird thing that parents put on because it's all people games, um, kids won't play it, and the console will die very quickly. So
So
I
a
feel
lot
like
more
incremental
gorilla
games.
tag, you're saying.
No,
Oh
not that.
goodness.
No, please.
Oh goodness.
No, I feel
Oh
like
goodness,
we're
no.
I feel like we're someone found one area where kids enjoy playing VR games, and now everyone just think that this is VR game for kids, but I don't think that's it. You know, if you look at Roblox,
No.
they have like these incremental games where you're building a city or you're improving your base or you're improving, your market, your shop,
Hmm.
and there's no games like that in VR. So I feel like all
Yeah.
these games where you collect things and then it collects money for you, you have your workers collecting money selling your candies or whatever, and you improve your shop, you improve your store. There's no games like that in VR that will attract kids. And
That
I
is
feel
true.
like branching out from this is a Gorilla headset to this is a multi-game headset will do good for VR, but we're not there yet because people do monkey games because one worked, so why not?
Yeah.
So
I see, like, I'll hop on side quests, or I'll even see on the Quest store, like, all these
yeah,
different versions of gorilla tag. Like,
it's so
I'm not
bad.
getting 50 of them.
Hmm.
Just trying
Yeah.
to, I guess, make money, be the next gorilla tag. It's wild.
It's very bad. Yeah.
It's a bad name out for us.
Yeah, I would love a Pokemon Stadium. I think that'd be cool. Or even
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah.
People
Pokemon Snap.
love
There's a game about taking photos of birds that came out on Quest, and
oh.
I was like, that would be so much better if it was like Jurassic Park or something like that. You
Yeah.
Yeah,
take pictures
absolutely.
of, yeah,
Running
that
from
would be yeah. But yeah.
dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think VR needs to bring more experiences
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
for
that's like the
sure.
whole thing.
That's like
It's
the
so immersive. Like, take advantage of that.
But that's like when we did the extraction shooter and people started buying Ghosts of Tabor. I was like, that's fun because we're doing something else. Like it's not onward Pavlov and contractors, just team versus team. But I was also like, I don't think people will try to do something different because we're being the OGs. Like now we are the big thing in VR, so people will just start doing extraction shooters, and that's what happened. Like 6 extraction shooters came out in the next 2 years, and even games that were not extraction shooters turned into extraction shooters. So I was like, why trying to just eat one piece of the bread instead of like finding new breads
Hmm.
to basically bring VR players? So it's always the industry is always trying to just capitalize on one success and destroy, the potential of that thing by just splitting the player base instead of trying to find new player base to bring to VR. And that I think is a big issue in VR right now.
yeah. VR is very niche. It's a niche
Yeah.
gaming
we're
community.
we're making it niche by not expanding it. I think
Yeah.
it's a dev issue right now because the Quest is an amazing headset. Like no matter what you think about Mark or Meta, the Quest is the
Mm-hmm.
best headset that you can get for your money right now, and it's a crazy device from the future. Like my Quest is right here, and I can't believe the things that I've played in there and that the feeling that you get playing it. So it's there. It's just the devs are not making the games to bring the players in, and that's the sad story. The challenge on us to do better, in my opinion.
Why do you think that is? There has to be
Uh,
some sort of reason.
greed. Greed. I think it's just
Mm.
money. People want money. It's a very hard industry to survive, so I can't blame them. But they just want easy money, and that's the best way. Just take a success, like we said before. Copy a feature from a game because they did the R&D. Well, launching a game costs millions of dollars sometimes, so
Yeah.
copying that is very, very tempting instead of expanding the offer.
Man, but there's just the opportunities are so endless though. They're
So many games
endless.
that,
Like
yeah,
absolutely endless. And it is the future. Like it is quite literally where we're
Oh
heading.
yeah, no
Obviously, there's
doubt.
going to be the flat screen games that people are going to always
Yeah,
love, but like when VR starts expanding, like the younger generations are going to be 100% sold on that.
yeah. That's why I think we need to target the teenagers right now because they
Mm-hmm.
are adults in like a few years, and they are the next generation that will dictate what's cool or not. And if we try to make it an old people device, then it will die very, very soon. So that's why I think new gens should normalize it, and then everyone else will follow.
Yes,
Right.
I agree with that.
And I guess that's where it comes in. Like, I personally am not a fan of the uwu stuff, but the kids love it.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
me neither.
do. They
I hate
love
That's
that.
it.
Yeah,
they eat it up.
yeah. It sells very well. So it's a DLC that people love, and
Mm-hmm.
when we started talking about that, I was so against it, and Scott was like, there are kids that want that. Like it's been asked on Discord and things like that. Like we need to do that for them, and we did, and it did work. So he was right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I won't
I guess he
use.
can be right
I
every
don't.
now and then.
Every
Yeah.
now and then, meh, once or twice.
You
we'll
brought
we'll
the
give
game
them
to
that.
VR, so that's a good
We'll give
one.
them that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, when so I don't personally paint anything uwu except for the new uwu with the silencers. But every time I do a DLC giveaway, if anyone under the age of like 18 wins, it is uwu,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
resoundingly uwu.
Can you spray my container, uwu? I want the girl on it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
That's
never used anything you even my
yeah.
stuff that I get, when you start a new wipe, if anything's ooh, I just throw it in the garbage. I don't even paint it
Throw it.
like the original skin. I just throw it in the garbage. I'm like, I don't want that in my game. But yeah.
Right.
I mean, it looks
And then
it
now,
looks cute, but like I don't want to be running an island with a great big
Nah,
pink
I want the
like
greedy
backpack
stuff. I want
on. Yeah.
camo and
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. And then now that you got the uwu, the suppressor, we're gonna see some more suppressor skins
Um,
eventually. Are y'all
we
gonna
do
branch
have
out and do a little more?
we do have a few suppressor skins that we worked on, so I do think that we'll see them very soon. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's one
Um,
of the things I want to see eventually, more gun customization from the accessories, being able to
I would
paint them
love to
different
see that.
colors, or even like mag pouches, because I love how the mag pouches look when they're black with the
Oh
black
yeah.
Yeah.
ops on the tan rig, but like I wish I could carry that over to something else or spray paint like a camo and put it on the tan.
Yeah.
Um,
Now there's customizing your player in Ghost is I think is really, really nice. Like we have a lot of clothing now, and when I go in a raid, it's very rare that I kill like two or three players that are wearing the same kit, like the
Yeah,
actual loadout, and then even more rare to find two people wearing the same outfit, like combo of pants and shirt and face, and so it's very nice to just see that it looks like a living world basically.
Oh,
yeah,
you
it's
know
not
what
like
you
the
don't
black and
see?
green.
You don't see any
A
women
female.
characters.
We don't see that, yeah. Yeah, we had them before and now we lost them. It's something that
Yeah,
we do talk uh, internally about because
I
we did
know.
say we would bring it back and we want to bring it back, but yeah, it's not there yet. Yeah,
All the
And
female characters got
I
left
get
behind
that.
in the silo kitchen.
Right? They're all making sandwiches back there in that fucking silo kitchen. The office kitchen.
Well, we
Jesus
also need to
Right.
make
Christ.
some they characters. No, we're not going to get into that.
No.
Mikaël, what other games like right now that are out? So I know me and Dylan, the only game we play is Ghosts of Tabor and Ray. But sometimes me and Dylan will play Demio, which I think he's talked to you about. I think you said that you told him that you do play that. What games do you play?
I like Forefront. I do some Forefront runs when I just want to put the headset 10 minutes on, like on for 10 minutes. I played and then I quit mid raid, mid game, not raid, and I don't really care because people are not playing as a team, so I don't care about quitting and leaving them in trouble. So it's a fun thing. I played a bit of Into the Radius, the second one, but it's not. I know they're still making changes, and I don't want to play a game and go through it and then have to reset to get the new features and things like that. So I'm really hesitant on doing that. I love Tactical SO. I think they're doing a very good job over there. It's a good game to play co-op.
Yeah.
And yeah, Demio it was pretty nice, but very short. So I finished it and never looked back, sadly. Um, what other games do I play? I'll bring up my phone so I can actually tell you what
Yeah,
game I played.
Tabridler's been. Is it
Did you ever play,
tactical Assault you've been trying to get me to play? Tabridler.
Yeah, I've
a
heard
good
great
one.
things about it. I've watched some people play it. It looks fun.
It is fun, yeah.
It's a different. It's like I don't know. It feels high stakesy because you're on a mission. You got to complete this objective,
Yeah.
but they make it hard. The AI is difficult. Like
It is hard,
it's-
and you need to make no respawn. Like you do no respawn and then try
Yeah.
to do it, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll die. You won't complete the mission.
kind of reminds me of
Speak
like
for
a
yourself.
intense Onward.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Onward was very good back then.
Onward was
I
fun. I just got
played it.
lost in all the milsim stuff because I don't
Yeah.
know all that lingo. So then I'm like,
Same.
everyone's like, "Oh, you fucking loser, get out of here. We don't want
Yeah.
you." Blah blah blah. Like
Breachers
hardcore.
was a lot of fun, but it's not
Breachers
very.
was fun.
I can't. I get bored of it kind of after a
Yeah,
couple days.
it's like Rainbow Six Siege. You play a couple of games and then you quit. But yeah, that's what I did too. I played Reeve for the final day. That was sad. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed Reeve. Played Virtual Skate. I'm terrible at it. It's a skateboard sim game.
I thought
I'm
about
very
playing.
bad. Oh yeah, I'm
That sounds
very,
crazy.
very bad. Like I go online just so people can see how bad I am. And then I just try to do tricks and nothing works. Like I keep falling. I'm very, very bad. I just don't understand how skateboarding work. So I show people how bad I am and then I quit. And that's my thing in
I'll
there.
try. I grew up skateboarding. I skated my
I
whole life.
tried. Oh yeah. Did you do the half pipe thing?
Quarter pipe.
Like
Oh no,
the
I never played it.
the-
I wanted to play it. I was thinking about it, but
I mean in real life.
But in
Did
real
you do
life.
the
oh yeah, I
In
did
real
half
life?
pipes. I was more street, but I did some half pipes. Yeah,
That's the first thing
I
I
did
tried
mainly-
skateboarding. It
yeah, I did
hurts.
mainly handrails. It does. Yeah, skateboarding hurts. I did handrails and big staircase sets and ledges
Oh, that's
and
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I racked my boys on some handrails for sure.
Yeah.
That's
So-
Painful.
the
Mikaël,
half pipe is intimidating.
in
Oh, yeah.
terms of like
Scary.
in a perfect world, ideal state, what flat screen game would you love to see go into VR?
GTA, I think.
Oh my god,
Oh,
yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
GTA
yes,
San Andreas
yes,
on
yes.
Quest, please, Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, no, I think
That would be
GTA because
great.
you get a bit of everything in there.
Mhm.
You can role play and just try to drive and do your red lights and green lights or you can just take the sidewalk and just run into everyone. That's
Yeah.
probably what I would do the most because it looks fun. Like just see people jumping over the windshield and yeah. I
That would
feel like
take
it's a game that you
GTA's
can do
intense.
everything. Yeah.
That would take VR to the next level for sure.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if they're thinking through that at all. You know, I wonder if that's
Rockstar?
like, yeah.
No, because I talked to a friend of mine used to work at Rockstar, and when they did like a detective game in VR. What was the name
Was
of
it
that
the
one?
LA Noir? Was
Yeah.
that the one? That one.
Yeah, so they did that game in VR, and it felt very bad. So they gave up on VR, and they don't plan on using VR ever again. So that
That's
is
a
sad. But
statement.
yeah,
I think that's
Yeah.
a bad game to do in VR. I don't know, just my opinion on it.
yeah, there's so much to it. Like if I was
It's a great game.
if I was a dev trying to make a game, I would never make a GTA game because you have to get the driving right, you have to get the flying right, you have to get the walking right, the combat like end to end, the guns. It's like everything in a game that you don't want to do in one game.
Mm.
So as a dev, it's the worst game, but as a player, it's the best
Yeah.
game.
It
So
needs to be like
Yeah.
Quest 25.
yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Uh,
if I'm trying to think about other games, I feel like a fishing horror game would be great. Like there's one called Dredge on flat screen that I've seen. You're like in a boat and you just like it. They got a day and night system, like a cycle, and you go out during the day trying to fish and bring the fish back to the city to just upgrade your ship, upgrade your gear, upgrade your city, and like do missions. But if you stay out for too long, it goes dark and your character like start to go like crazy and you see things like you'll see like a light in the distance, and if you drive to that light thinking it's like a lighthouse or a ship, it's actually like the big fish with the light on the top of their head, and they try to eat the ship. I think like that's something like that in VR would be cool because you get the sense of like being lost on the ocean. You're fishing, you're just having fun, and then you see the sun goes down, and you're like, "Oh shit, I need to go back," and you try and rush it, and then you see the big creatures trying to eat you. I feel
There's
like
like a
that in
lot
VR
of
would be
depth and dimension in a game like that in VR wise.
yeah, and it's not a too big of a project. Like it's something that a small team could do. Just say small fishing game, and you add these little elements. It's super simplistic visually too, so I feel like it's something people could achieve.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. VR is crazy. I
What's
started
a
what
game you
3 years
guys would like
ago.
to
The
go
first
to VR?
I would love
oh
a Ghosts of Tabor Battle Royale. Drop
Oh
in,
yeah,
grab your
yeah,
loadout, but all the same mechanics as Ghosts of Tabor. Jesus Christ, that'd be made like a Verdansk map. That'd be
oh
wild.
it'd be
yeah.
cool to see like if Ghost had a battle royale mode where you dropped in, you had to loot things, and you started off like with a base loadout,
0 to hero.
bare minimum armor,
I'd
like
be
a
hooked. Imagine winning that.
handgun, and yeah, there's like 50 people just going ham, and you got to extract.
Yeah.
That would be um I don't know, VR, seeing a game going to VR. Phew,
I would like a Dragon Ball Z game.
that would be neat.
Yeah.
Um, God, I don't even
And
know.
Beowulf
There's so
said
many
Tabor Hunger
games.
Games.
Yeah. He would love that. He would love that.
There's just so many games. I mean, honestly, like ever since I feel like having even like a Yu-Gi-Oh game with a card, you got the dual
Oh my
disc on your
god.
arm, you look at, throw down the card, like see the creature
Yeah.
come out and fight, and they do all
Yeah,
their
Yeah.
spells and stuff. Like that would be something that'd be
I
sick.
would love
Like
that.
That would be fun.
Remind me of Yu-Gi-Oh on
there's just
PS1. I loved it.
yeah.
There was that card game on PlayStation 2. I think it was called Eyes of Judgment, and you needed the PS2 camera, and then you had the cards and the board with like sensors on it. Well, not sensors, but like special prints, like QR codes almost on it, and then you would like play the game with the cards on the board, and it would read it, and then on your TV you would see like creatures coming out of the cards and fighting and stuff like that. It
Oh,
was super
damn.
cool, and I was like, that was AR before AR. That was
Yeah, right.
yeah.
That'd be sick.
So,
There was
if we could rewind it back a little bit, what would you say was the game that you played that got you like absolutely hooked into gaming? Like the very first game or any other time where you picked up a game and you were just hooked? What would that have been?
It was Rampage. Rampage
Oh, I
World Tour.
loved Rampage.
Yeah. Yeah. I played games before that, but I was never really into gaming. And then I tried Rampage, and I told my parents that it was like an innocent game that's just like creatures and you just play with them, and they were like, "Okay, we'll get you the
It is
game."
not
They
innocent.
bought me. No, it was not. And then I was just eating people in buildings and killing them, and I was like 7 years old, I think. I was having so much fun, and I was not playing when they were there, so I could play it, and they never knew it was a very violent game. So it was fun, and when you died, you were like a super big creature, like Godzilla creature, and when you died, you would turn into like a little naked human, and that was so funny for a 7 years old to turn into like that little naked guy that just was hiding, like and trying to run away. So yeah, that was my game.
That'd be fun in
Rampage.
VR too. Rampage, like
They
a
made a VR game.
first. Did they?
It was on Steam,
Oh, they
and it was
did. I
only
bought it.
for yeah, it was only for like they launched they made a Rampage movie, and they had the VR
Oh
game
yeah,
for
they
like
did.
a few months. Um, I'll send you the link. I don't think you can buy it anymore, but it was a super limited time demo game. And you were in the city. You could pick your character from the movie, the gorilla, the lizard, and you could just punch buildings, throw things. It was very
I
fun in
think I
VR.
bought it. I think I have it. You weren't climbing the buildings, but they were running around with city little guys, and you could eat them and throw them around.
Um, yeah, it was like 2017, I think. It was so long ago. I don't remember all the details, but I'll try to find the link and show you if it's the same game we're talking
It might
about.
be a different game. I'll find out which one I've got. I'm looking
Yeah,
now.
it was so fun.
Yeah. I think one of my first games was on the N64. It was like, I think it was called Gauntlet of Legends or Legends Gauntlet, something like that. That
Yeah,
was so fun.
gauntlets. Yeah, it was great.
That was an amazing one.
Yeah,
And then I remember the late nights staying up playing. Parents come out and you're just like hiding. Like, no, I'm asleep.
yeah, yeah. I played games until um the PS3 came out, and that was the last console I was excited about. And I played a few games, but I bought more games than I played. I was trying to convince myself I still like gaming, and was just not doing it for me. And then I bought the PS4, and I remember leaving it in. Went day one just to buy the PS4 when it came out, and I came back home, and then I had something to do, so I didn't plug it, didn't play it. And 1 month later, I was like, oh shit, I have a PS4. And it was just still in the box, and I was like, I think I don't like gaming anymore. And then I got into VR, and I realized it was just not into flat screen anymore.
What other VR
And once you
games
play
do you play
VR, it's
other than like
So I
Forefront?
play, yeah. Other than Forefront, I play. My nephew just got into VR, 3 weeks ago for his birthday. He got a VR headset, so I got him a bunch of games. So I played a few with him, and there's a game called Dungeon.
Dungeons of Eternity.
No, not that one. The one that looks like
Oh,
Minecraft, Ancient Dungeon.
okay.
Um,
Mm.
yeah, so we've been playing that one, and it's all like voxel base. It's little creature that look a bit like Minecraft, and it's really fun to just cut them. Wherever you hit them is where they will cut, basically. So you see them splitting and things like that. It's super satisfying. It's a very good game.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I was
The
not expecting to have fun in there, but I did have a lot of fun in there.
you played that Underdogs game where you're like
Yeah,
the mech and you get to go in the arena? That one's pretty cool.
I do love that game. I'm really into multiplayer games, so it's hard for me to really play it for a while, for a long time. But I did try their multiplayer game mode that they have for Christmas, but it was very weird because it's mainly children playing it, and the goal of the game was to grab the balls of other robots and rip them off. And I didn't want to do that to kids. That was just it felt so wrong. I just went in the game and I was like, oh, that's the goal of the game. I'm not playing that. Not
you're
with kids.
you're
That's
not competitive enough if you're not gonna steal
nope,
balls from fucking kids.
nope. I
Those
won't
haven't
do
even
that.
dropped yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Fog! I had one of those Nintendo Virtual Boys.
Oh, the Virtual Boy. Yeah. I never tried the Virtual Boy. That's something I need to do at some point.
I think they just recreated it. I think they brought it
They
back.
did for the Switch. Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
they?
I remember
I think
having
it.
that when I was like 8 years old.
Yeah. I
You
think
played
is it
Mario Tennis.
standalone or is it for the Switch?
The one way
The new
back
one.
then was obviously
Uh,
standalone. I don't know about the new one.
yeah. The new one is standalone.
Oh, I'm not sure. It says Virtual Boy for Nintendo Switch.
Oh, it is for
So
Switch. Yeah.
I'm guessing,
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta have a Switch to do it.
Yeah. I'm not
That's pretty
buying the
neat.
Switch to buy it. The Virtual Boy.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
find
I bought
someone
a
who owns it
Switch.
and try it.
No, Ray's talking about it's like this little red clunky thing you put your face into, and it was essentially VR, but it was all red lines or like green lines.
Yeah.
And I would play Mario Tennis. It was, you could see the depth in it.
Yeah, it
Um,
was a headache simulator.
it was a headache simulator, and it like broke your back as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something. Yeah, I feel like I don't know if you guys been following all the new devices coming out that they've been showing in Asia lately. It's
Mm.
like almost looking like sunglasses with the power of the Quest 3, and
Can't wait.
it's this yeah, it's like super light. It's just two branches like sunglasses, not even like full around your head,
That's
and
nuts.
it weighs like maybe 400 grams, which is I think
What?
still too heavy, but getting there. So yeah,
Those
I
I'm really
think
Asians
that's
excited
really know what
for
they're
them.
doing when it comes to technology.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
they'll be first for sure. It's can't win.
I gotta look this up now. So
Yeah, there's
Quest 3 weighs 515 grams.
oh, it must have been lower than 500 then. I'll send you some
Quest
later
3.
on, but I think it's DPVR that did the ones that I saw today, and then there's Play for Dream working on a few device too.
I've seen the that big screen. I don't know how long that's been out.
Yeah, the Big Screen Beyond 2 came out
Those
last
things look
July, I
cool.
think.
A lot
Yeah,
smaller.
it's very small,
I
yeah.
know. I know Para plays with that one. I like how small it is. It's not like a huge block on in front of your face, and I don't know, it seems more convenient.
It
I
does,
guess that's
yeah.
going to be one of the next things is trying to get that next headset that's not big. That I wonder if they have like if they'll ever make a two part where it's basically like just something small in your face that like hooks up to something in your pocket for like the GPU CPU
Yeah,
type deal.
that's what I've been seeing lately. People trying to move the battery from your face because the battery's like the thing that eats
Hmm.
up the most, like the fastest. And then you have the battery and then the GPU and the CPU like almost touching. So it's terrible because you have the GPU going out and then the battery going out, and then they just like basically never help to cool it down. So
Yeah.
by removing the battery and moving it somewhere else, you already help the headset a lot. So they're working on a bunch of things. Some people move the battery to the back and a wire cable going down to a puck, which has the process unit. So you only have the displays. That also seems nice, but you have a cable, you have a battery, you have like so
So,
it's just moving the weight all around the head, hoping to find a
yeah.
solution. But yeah, we'll get there.
Right, Paratrooper. That's what I was saying. Pokemon in VR.
That would be
Yeah,
huge.
there was
Um,
PokeQuest for a while.
so, Mikaël, it is late for you. How are you feeling? Because we want to be respectful of your time because you were our guinea pig, and we were so freaking excited to have you. We've been interacting with you for years. Um, are there any misconceptions that you want to clear up? Are there any final thoughts? Or do you just have anything you want to say? Or you could just say goodbye and close out. But we would love to hear like anything that you kind of want to say as a closing statement.
Yeah, one thing I will say, and that's not just Ghost of Tabor or just Combat Waffle, it's pricing in VR. I feel like people are really attacking devs for making decisions regarding the money. I've seen people attack Into the Radius too because they charge a real price for a real game, and I think that's just unfair to do. Um, I feel like people need to take a step back and look at what's the actual state of the gaming industry and compare flat screen to VR. And of course, the flat screen games are bigger, but they're also a lot easier to make, and they have so much boilerplate that we call like just taking something from the previous game, bringing it back, and it's just a foundation for the game to build on. And they charge like $80 for a game, and then you go in VR, devs will charge like $25 for a game, and people are like, "Oh, the price way too high," but it's a super low price. And then DLC, which we do quite a few DLCs. We priced them so low, like $5 for a DLC that took us like 4 weeks to make, and people are like, "Oh, that's way too high of a price," or "You release too many DLCs." But we price things so low to be affordable for the players, and we think about the players first before thinking about us. And then seeing that reception does suck quite a bit, especially when you're doing that to keep the studio rolling, keep the servers up, and things like that. And then you see people attacking you, but we charge so low for the game because we have DLC, so we can keep the price low, and we're all doing that so people that can actually spend money will spend more money if they appreciate the game. So we can keep the price of the game low, and I think people don't understand the strategy. And even when we mention it, people are trying to find a way to counterattack instead of just being like, "Oh yeah, it makes sense. You need money to actually pay for servers and pay your employees." So yeah, that's a thing in VR that I see, not just for Ghost, but in VR in general or in gaming. And I feel like people need to understand and be supportive of that, especially in that industry that's so stressful and people are like burning out. Suicide is a real thing in the gaming industry. There's a lot of suicides, probably one of the industry where it's not going well right now. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
One of the craziest things is you don't even have to buy the DLC. That's a choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, if
Yeah.
you've got the money, buy it. Why not? If you don't have the money, it's okay. Like, it's not the end of the
Yeah,
world.
and you can pick up the weapons from your enemies or your friends.
Yeah.
Like if your friend got the skin, you want the skin, tell him to bring
Yeah.
it in raid and kill him, and you'll have the skin for free.
Yeah.
Like we're
Exactly.
basically we're letting people use the DLC if they pick up the weapon and the DLC's on it. So
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
we're pretty generous.
I hand out Founding Daddy like candy.
Yeah, but not on purpose. He
Probably.
just dies with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I bring them in all the time.
No,
Free pounding.
I kind of mentioned earlier, I just now started like downloading flat screen games, and I could not believe how expensive they were. And I was telling Celtic, my mod,
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I just bought like $300 worth of games that I don't even know how to play yet. And this is so expensive. And he was like, yeah, this is how much games cost. And I was like, holy shit. So people are complaining about a 99-cent to $5.99 DLC or a $24.99 game. Like, holy shit, those flat screen games are so expensive. And I know, like, they're
It
all
is.
obviously like built out more because they've had more time, their legacy and all that. But like,
Yeah.
still, like the immersion of VR, you would think that it would be double the price.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's double the
Easy.
work for sure.
Yeah,
But yeah.
exactly. And that's the
Easy.
thing, the double the work.
And then you got to
Yeah.
think about, I don't know, one of the things I think about when I buy a game is, well, how long am I going to play this game?
Yep.
Like, is it worth the money? And then I think about like Ghost. I literally paid, I don't know, I think it was like $30 for the Independence Edition, and I've played over 4.5K hours easy. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
no problem. So like, it's definitely worth it. And then I mean, I bought the game itself again. I bought all the DLCs, even though I don't need to, like, because I like the game. Like, and I mean, it's nothing to pay $5.99 for DLC when I literally, like, Diablo, I bought that game, and then I just bought another $20 DLC for that.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
the DLCs are expensive, but it's choice. Like, I just appreciate supporting the people that provide me entertainment. Like, it's nothing for me to spend a little bit of money, but it shows that I care, I guess. It's my way of showing appreciation, you know?
And all the ones complaining, they're gonna have no problem spending over $100 for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the sad truth. Like, they'll complain to devs that they can actually talk about, but they'll just buy the game of the devs that don't care. Well, I don't want to say don't care, but just put a game out and don't interact with their community.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I feel like the closer you're to your community, the more they expect you to just give everything away because you're just like a normal human. Basically, you're just working on games, and then they see the GTA people as gods because you can't touch them, you can't talk to them,
Yep.
which is like creating that window, that wall sometimes help selling stuff because they see you as a studio, as a company, and we're trying to be more humans than an actual studio. So yeah, I
And I
think
think
people
that's
see
going to
us as
be
humans.
the longer term success of the game is going to be you guys all actually listening to the community, and there's always going to be the naysayers, but there's going to be the people who also follow that roadmap and see like the trends of where people have wanted to see different things and how you've kind of like weaved that into your roadmap along the way, and it'll get there. I mean, like, this is still,
Yeah.
in development, and it will always be in development, right? Like, you're always going to improve and change and adapt and grow and all of those things. And there will be people, and there's already so many people who understand that and see that and appreciate that. And I think that's kind of also like some of the windfall you guys see is being so ingrained in the community, so you have to hear that negative feedback as well. But like the people who really appreciate you and what you guys are doing at CWS and the game that you have, like, we might not be as loud, but we're way more appreciative. And I think that that kind of shows in the players and the continued success of the game and the hours played and things like that. So, I mean, fantastic.
Yeah, we're doing our best, and we really appreciate our community and everything that we built and everything that community built. Because I don't think we can take all the credit. I think the community built
Mm-hmm.
itself, with the streamers, with the players talking to each other, with the everything that branched out of it.
Mm, that's one of the
Absolutely.
coolest things.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
community has brought all of us together. I mean, it brought us together with you, our chat. I mean, like our Discord, like all of the things that I never knew were even something that I could reach or we could reach. Like having that support and just spreading like a lot of kindness and all of love, at least in my experience, right? Like, again, there's always going to be people, but very few. I mean, we're all just so happy to be part of this entire community and gathering around something that we all love, even when it's not at its best. Like,
yeah,
we're all here for a reason, and that's amazing.
yeah. No, I think we've been through a lot of ups and downs, um, as we try things, as we try new wipes and new stuff, and I do think that um, the next swipe, I don't want to oversell it, but the next swipe, I think we've been putting a lot of effort into making it right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we've seen the survey for the bunker, and we've been reading and interacting on socials, and I do think that next swipe will be fun. I don't want to oversell it, but fun will be the word that I will use for now, and then
No.
we'll see.
I love
Well, in a
it.
game like this too, you got to find the balance. Like you can't just
Yeah,
release stuff every time. You got to
Yep.
yeah,
fix, release. Like it can't just be releasing new maps, new content nonstop. Otherwise, that's going to be what's expected all the time, and then
yeah.
everyone's going to get bored because you can only do so much.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
I also think there's a
but
misconception about with the people who think that just because you put out like new content, that means you're ignoring like certain other things that they would like to see fixed. And like
yeah,
that is to me, just being on the outside and looking and seeing what people are saying, seems to be the biggest misconception, is that like you two things can't be true when they can. And so, in that vein, what would you like to tell anybody who doesn't understand that two things can be true? You can do fixes and you can do content. You're not taking one from the other.
Yeah, I think one of the thing that is really, really hard to sell to the people or at least educate them about is different people do different things in the studio. So we have artists that needs to work. So they need to create models, they need to create like maps, they need to create buildings, they need to create guns, they need to create armors, they need to create new clothing for your characters. So when they want us to just fix bugs, then the artist can't work. And we can't tell the artist, oh, by the way, the community want us to focus on bugs for 4 months, so you don't have a job for 4 months. Like we will let you go and not pay you because we need to do that, and then in the next 2 months they will ask for content, so we'll bring you back on the team, and now one dev will be integrating these new things, and the other devs, we fired you for 2 months because now they want content instead of fixes. So that's not how it works. Like everyone needs to work. So you have the artists working on stuff, and as they work on it, some things are ready to be implemented. So you have a dev that specializes in implementing these things, and you have other devs working on fixes and new systems and things like that. So at some point, you might see more fixes than content because that's what we've been able to push out because more things were ready. Maybe a bunch of guns were ready, and that person just was cooking on setting up these guns while maybe four devs were on bugs or something like that. And then you push the update out, the bugs are not fixed yet, so they can't be out, but the guns are ready, so we will push the guns out. And so you can't really just read the patch notes and say, oh, this person did not work on the right thing, because they may be working on the bugs that you reported, but they're not ready, or they failed QA last minute, so we had to take them out of the patch notes or something. So yeah, it's there's more than one person that work in the studio. It's not a one-man studio, so the bug that you reported might be somewhere in the studio right now being worked on.
Awesome. To Riddler Founding, do you have anything else that you want to ask or say?
I just want to say thank you, Mikaël. You've been
Thanks
awesome
to
in
you
the
guys.
community the last few years. It's always nice seeing how you treat people respectfully, especially on Facebook, and also putting them in their place in a funny way when it needs to be done. I always love that. But
Mm-hmm.
thank you and the devs, for creating the best game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for sparing your time and talking to us and talking to everybody else, going over some of your thoughts and just going in a little deeper about what it takes
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
to
thanks to
bring
you
this to
guys.
life.
We appreciate you so much, Mikaël. We hope to do more of this in the future. Um, Again, thank you so much. We know it's late for you and you have other responsibilities. So the fact that you took time to not just talk to us, the three of us, but to address the community and address people who care and want to be here and want to learn from you. And it has been so amazing to learn a little bit more than just the face on Facebook, just the what we assume that you do, and really understanding the layers of who you are and what makes you tick. And we look forward to just getting to know you more and more over time. And seriously, thank you very much.
Yeah, well, thanks to you guys for your time and introducing me to your community because that's always appreciated. And it's always fun to see that people care about the game and care about the people behind the game. That's also fun to know that we're not just a game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
no, absolutely. We're all human at the end of the day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
We'll
So